Now talk to me a little bit about this entrepreneurial streak that you had.
So, I guess my family businesses that we've got back home, it's off licenses, post offices, these types of businesses. So from a young age, I used to work in the store from when I was like 11, 12, from when I was able to walk really. I was fortunate for I never used to have to pay for anything in the shop, and a lot of friends at school, they used to get jealous if you're coming in with the new chocolate, the new crisp that just got launched, it's on the TV and you're getting it for free, which is quite cool. But since a young age, I've always wanted to try and earn my own keep and earn my own money as well. So first role I had, similar to probably most people, was a paper boy. But my dad didn't used to deliver papers. So I used to walk past another store on the way to school, and one day I popped into that store and I said, "Have you got any paper jobs?" And I think I was 12 at the time. He said, "You're too young, you're going to have to come back when you're 13. I was a bit good, but then he put me on the list, and then I ended up doing that. And my dad was like, "Why are you going elsewhere for money?" I was like, "Well, you're only going to pay a certain amount, I'll get more there as well." So I used to do kind of both jobs that way. But I've always wanted to try and, be entrepreneurial. I've only wanted to ever ask my parents for so much, They put me through good schooling as well, which again is really important, going back to the academia side. But then even when I was at school, I've wanted to do tuck shops and try and generate revenue that way, because I could get items from my dad from wholesale and then put a markup on it and sell it in school. Like on a PE day, for example, I used to take 20, 30 cans of cold pop. I used to sell like hotcakes, used to double your money.
Yeah.
So just seeing what different opportunities there are, right, and like earning a little bit on top of it. And it's quite exciting, actually. And I used to trade cards, because we had the store, so friends used to know where we were based, so they used to come to us. There's loads of different stuff. Then I went into event management when I was 15. There was a new club that opened in the city where we were. Me and a couple of my friends asked them, "Look, what's the rate to rent the club out?" They give us a rate. I think it was only like £300-400. So we got a DJ in, started selling tickets. Got 300 people there at our first event. Then we grew it up year on year. I think the biggest one we had was about 1,500 people. So did that for a few years. Then went to sixth form, carried it on in sixth form. Then went to university, carried event management on in university. So I like working with people. I like working within teams. But I like doing fun stuff as well.
Yeah.
So like event management was quite cool. It's something a bit different. You used to meet so many different people off the back of it. Then we ended up creating a clothing brand off the back of that, because there was an opportunity, because you're speaking to a lot of people, right? You just end up finding different types of niches or things that you can do. It's called cliche, actually, so it was quite cliche at the time. But yeah, I think I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit and that mindset, just to do a bit more, right? Because when you're at school, you've got 8 hours at school, you've got loads of free time. You just go out with your friends every now and then, but what else could you be doing? I weren't really a person that's going to sit there in front of the TV or the Xbox or the PlayStation at the time for hours on end. If I had family round, I might for a little bit, but in my free time, I'd rather be out and about and doing something positive.
Gaining experience. Brilliant. Love that. I'm impressed massively. That's so cool. And it just ties in with the thinking, like it's like how do we attract really good people to Hoxton? And I think it is looking at their past, and I think it is going deeper than your patch job, for example, right?
Yeah.
Or looking at them and thinking, well, what can you do? What do you think you're going to be able to do?
Yeah.
You're almost kind of wanting someone to tell you what they're going to do, whereas not. It's like, can you reflect, please? Can you tell me what you've done?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what you learned along the way? Tell me about your personality. How did you overcome challenges?
Yeah.
When did you first work? Why? How much did you earn? How did you build relationships as a kid? What was your approach to study? What were your family like?
Yeah.
I think these are all really important questions that we can ask to be able to determine what somebody's mindset is before they start the job.